Welcome back to our tutorial series. Before we start though, I want to I want to say one thing that if you actually got somewhat um I don't know, motivated or inspired or whatever, thanks to my tutorials, I guess, then please just fucking tag me on your works. I mean, not maybe, like, what I mean by that is just, I want to see, um, I want to see at what stage you are, thanks to my tutorials, and maybe I also could help you in one way or another, I guess. So there you go. I just want to see your progress, and if you can, then tag me either on Discord or on um, DeviantArt, and we'll be Gucci. So yeah, thanks for waiting, I guess, because it's been a while. I actually didn't want to do a tutorial until I was feeling alright, because sometimes you feel like you don't wanna do anything in Photoshop, or you just don't want to draw or manipulate anything. So I decided to do whenever I want and how I want, because I know this tutorial is probably going to take a lot of time. It's one of the most complex, and I was trying to record it while speedrunning through it, but yeah, and it ended pretty fucking bad. um, so I'm going to chill out a little, just do everything slowly, or maybe not slowly, but just how I want, right? Let me just pull up my fucking graphical tablet, because I actually forgot to plug it. This shows you how much on the chill mode I am right now. Okay, cool. Um, and also let me just fucking change the area. Thank you. Okay, we're ready now. So we're going to talk about zippers if you haven't established that yet. Um, there are three types of zippers that I consider worth mentioning, I guess. You can obviously separate them into different types, I guess. So first one you see right there, this is a open zipper, which is yeah, it kind of requires some like it ca- it requires more manual work and I guess creativity, but overall it's a pretty fun addition, and I think it's easy to make. And the same goes for the second type, which is, I've done this one, but it's a slightly modified version. This version was made by Kalong, and he made a little adjustments around the angle, like how angled should the zipper be, and I will show you that, and I will show you also why I don't like this, but oh well. So now the third zipper is a hidden zipper. Um, this is what I've done quite several times. For example, you can see also here, I used it as a simple separation between the mask and the suit itself. So yeah, you can use it to many different things. Uh, and why I'm actually comparing those two is because they are used, I use the same method to achieve both of those effects. So there you go. Yeah, so those are the four main like zipper types, I guess. So before anything, we're going to start with the hidden zipper. Hidden zippers are very easy to achieve, like extremely fucking easy. Yet there are some problems, like I don't know, but it it got kind of popular recently, this type of zippers, and in my opinion, people still don't know how to do them properly. I mean, obviously it's all like relative, but in my opinion, people are still doing some things weird, I guess. Okay, so let's start and I will talk you through what I think is bad. So there you go, we have the same like photo but without, without our thing, mate. So let's obviously let's make a new layer. I am actually using a pressure, like pressure for opacity. Uh, but it's because I'm using a tablet. As you can see, when I'm using the fucking mouse, it doesn't work. But when I'm using the tablet, it works. See? Obviously, it changes like the opacity of what you're drawing based on how much pressure you're using to control your pen tip. So we're going to use a brush tool, let's say like 3, maybe 4 pixels. Okay, let's use 4 pixels. Um, Maybe even 5. Not 44, okay. And now I'm going to choose a color. And what I've seen people fuck up a lot is their contrast. It's a hidden zipper after all, and what they're doing is making it really not hidden, because they are fucking up the contrast of that layer. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to intentionally actually pick a very dark color which doesn't suit the picture itself. Uh, and let's start painting, shall we? I'm going to do it very rough. Actually, it's kind of. There you go. Okay. Okay. Let's do also in here, which is not really noticeable, but whatever. Now we're going to choose that, like, color, like one of the lightest colors, and we're going to make it even lighter, and I'm also intentionally going to pick even lighter color. And now we're going like this. Okay. Okay. Whoops. I'm doing it so fucking like okay. Uh-huh. That looks cool, I guess. I'm going to do the same here. Okay. Now I'm going to delete this part that goes over the skirt. So as you can see, this is what I've seen most people do, and I don't really like it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change the opacity of said layer. I think I've chosen the like a little bit too thick, too big size of the brush itself, but it's okay, I guess. Yeah, I surely did it, but well, yeah, by far. But you can see that this is exactly the same, except of the size. It's basically the same, and this is what I'm saying. If the picture is very bright, I tend to like use the opacity to see how much, like mm, how contrasted should the layer be in comparison to the picture itself. So don't just do it very dark, very like obvious, because it doesn't look that good, in my opinion at least. I mean, you do you. It's obviously your life, your style. So yeah, but this is what I do, and probably like most people like high tier, I guess. I don't know. I don't even fucking consider myself high tier, but oh yeah. Okay, so this is done, and it was faster than I told you actually. So now we're going to zipper. Yay. For the obviously for the like for the for this zipper and for this zipper, we're going to use. We can't really draw this, so we have to use preset, and this we can use by typing into the Google search zipper PNG. Um, yeah, it's that simple. Uh, and you have a variety of different zippers. You can choose whatever you want. Although these or these or these, yeah, um, they aren't going to look good on your pictures because they don't look that realistic. So you can really choose whatever you want. But what I've chosen for like most of my works, or at least those new better works, is the zipper. Uh, as you can see here, it's the same zipper, except it's grey, but obviously you can just fucking do adjustments, hue saturation, and drop the saturation all the way down, and it's going to be the same. So, so yeah. Why do I like this zipper, you might ask? First of all, like, let's analyze this. It has different angles of the zipper teeth, mostly open, so like it curves in this way, it curves in this way, like here it is a little bit more convex, right? Here's the opposite, and the same goes for the opposite side, right? You obviously have the seam or the zip itself. You have the ending part as well as the closed part, like closed zipper part, right? So it's basically a perfect picture. This is why I like it. You can obviously use different ones. Okay, so let's start with maybe with this, right? Because this is slightly easier, I guess. Um, so what we need to do in here is we need to select this part. I like to select the whole, like, I don't like to select the half of a tooth, so I'm just going to include only the full parts, right? Now, I'm going to paste it. I'm going to do like this and flip it horizontally. And now goes the favorite part of everyone in here, which is the tedious work of actually putting it on, right? So yeah, I've done this before. There you go. Now I'm going to like not show it for now because I want to address one very important thing. So let's paste it in if we can. Okay, let's. Whoops, I messed up the controls. Okay, let's make it slightly smaller. There you go. And let's copy it again, and we can just keep on adding, and obviously also changing the like rotating it a little bit so it looks better, right? There you go. Now I'm going to add these. Yup. I'm going to make it slower, smaller. Let me show you. Okay, like this. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to flip it once again. And I'm going to do that. There you go. So, now what you can see is that it isn't angled well. And this is the most important thing that I want to address. Try to actually, because when you look at the position she is in, this part and overall the zipper itself wouldn't be sitting like this, right? It would be more onto like it would be pasted onto her back, and it wouldn't look like this. It would look much more angled like this. See? Over here. What is it? Yeah, there. There is a big difference. So, for fuck's sake. Okay, let's fucking close it. So there's a big difference. And now I'm going to show you how to solve it. Yay! So, basically, okay, let's talk about one thing first. Why I don't like doing this is because, in my opinion, the tools that you need to acquire this effect are rather pretty fucking stupid because they tend to lower the resolution of said layer, and that makes things a lot different, a lot harder in fact. So let's merge down those layers. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Okay, so let's use Ctrl T and let's right click on this layer. So now you have different additional tools, and for example, let's warp it even a little. You see? Look. The resolution changes immensely. It's fucking stupid. But we're going to actually to achieve this effect, we're going to actually use a skew tool. At least it's what I think works best in our case. You can do it by yourself. Like you can I can't really give you any tips because I'm bad at this. So you should probably like try to understand how, like, you should probably go into Photoshop or whatever and see by yourself how this tool actually works and then use it properly. So the best thing that I've done is actually this. It's like it's somewhat close, I guess. I guess it still doesn't look that good, but I guess it's better. Yeah, this is the best I could do actually. And in fact, I'm going to show you my latest work that I've done, which is here and here and here. This is the effect that I used to achieve it with a skew tool, and yay, it looks somewhat respectable, I guess, because she's also angled in here. You're not looking at her like in a 90-degree angle, right? So there you go. I guess that works. So we're going to try to work around this, and let's make a new layer. Now I'm going to use to obviously copy a color, and I'm going to obviously make it lighter, as I always do, right? Now, let's go, let's paint over. If we... Uh, it it's very dependent on you, how much you want to, like, how much of the insights you want to see actually, right? So you can basically have this much uh, distance between one side and another, or you can just make it even smaller, so like this, or you can make it even bigger, so even wider. So it's truly up to you. I'm using a simple brush, but it's really up to you how you want to resolve this situation, I guess. Um, Obviously you can use like a stamp tool or fucking healing tool or whatever, right? So it's up to you which way you wanna which way you wanna approach it with. So yeah, we're going very... I forgot that I have this stupid tool, but whatever. Yeah, I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible, although I know it's not going to be the quickest episodes. Yeah. Okay, cool. That's visible a little bit. Okay, cool. And I'm going to do the same in here. In fact, I'm going to take a little bit different color. Almost white. Ooh, whoa, what the fuck? Yup. Okay, cool. So, yay, we've done this. Let's go as. Now I'm going to use the healing tool, right? Healing tool is pretty cool. In fact, it helps with a lot of things. Let's just do this. And I'm going to just slowly paint over it. So that it blends somewhat well, right? It doesn't have to be like a fucking masterpiece, especially in the case where we are doing this for tutorial purposes. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece. It just has to show you the techniques that I use, right? At least this is what I think. If you want me to do like fucking fucking like much longer episodes with like bigger precision and everything, then just go ahead and tell me, because in my opinion those precision parts are fucking boring. So yeah. Okay, goes in here as well. Cool. Okay, cool. We're going to improve it a little. Let me just fucking change this. And I'm going to just simply do this. Okay. Decent. We have a problem in here. So let me just fucking... Okay. Nice. Now I'm going to just improve it a little. In fact, I'm going to erase this part because I don't use it. And if you're asking, I also have this like the pressure for opacity tool, because it doesn't leave sharp edges, which is what I want. You can obviously do the same with opacity, just changing opacity manually if you don't have the tablet, I guess. Okay, cool. This looks somewhat decent, I guess. Now, my dear boys, I'm going to select a somewhat darker color, and I'm going to paint the layer underneath it, so the layer 1, right? Let's do this. Yup. Mostly on the edges, because this is where the most shadows like occur, I guess. At least this is what I expect. Yup. Here as well. Okay, cool. Nice. It is somewhat decent, but it still doesn't look that good as we would like to, right? So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this color, like slightly darker, and I'm going to paste it over here. So I will make it look darker overall. Okay. There you go. Something like this. And in fact, give me a while. I was actually fucking talking shit about precision, and now I'm doing it again, so I'm fucking amazing, I guess. Now we're going to take this color. When you're creating shadows, what I want you to look at is the color of the of the thing that is causing the shadow, because most shadows will inherit that color. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to change it a little bit. Can I actually? My goodness. Okay. Can you fuck off? Let me fix that real quick. Okay, so there you go. But we're still not finished, my dudes. What we're going to do now is I'm going to take the zipper and I'm going to change it to a very dark color, and I'm going to paint on the edges as well. Maybe with a little bit. Okay, there you go. Ah, this is the fucking different layer, right? What's this? Also only the edges, because they also need to have some shadows. Okay, cool. They're fucking transparent because I was using the opacity tool, so I have to fucking delete them now. Give me a while. Well, I guess I did it. Okay, so there we go. It's still not finished, obviously. Now what I'm going to add is I'm going to do it on layer 1, in fact. Or am I? Nah, let's not. Let's do it on the layer 18, but it's truly up to you how you wanna use your fucking layer. Fucking layers. They are very important and they can make your work easier if you use them correctly. So there you go. Now I'm going to use a little bit of shadow. There you go. I'm going to go very lightly around like the edges here. This isn't very lightly. Well, that happened. This is okay. This is okay though. Like I said, I don't want it to be too precise, but I want these little shadows in here, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, it's not perfect, but let's say it is. So why am I using those little shadows at the edge? It's basically of the real light reference. So as you can see, this part where the zipper is really convex in comparison to the rest of the hoodie, right? So I wanted to fucking to like I took an inspiration from that and I decided to include it into my works as well. Okay, it's 35 minutes and we still haven't done. Actually, we're basically done with the second one. The last thing that I want you to like be like, I don't know how to say it. Like the first tip that I wanna give you, okay, is here on the shadow on the edges. I tend to do those parts very, very light. Like the edges, nothing else. See, this was too fucking bright. Only the edges, my dudes. I actually don't fucking know where the edges are in here. But only mostly the edges. And obviously if I wanted to be like fucking pedantic or something, I would go even closer. I would probably turn this shit off and I would just fucking be as precise as possible, but I don't fucking care, so I'm going to do it very quickly. I recommend you to use this technique and be more precise actually. Okay, cool. Look at this. This looks decent now. The same goes for here. I feel like there's a little bit too little brightness. Okay, there you go. And the same would go in here. Except it would be fucking white or something, I don't know. There you go, okay, cool. So yeah, we did it. Let's go us. Obviously it isn't, like, you can see the difference between this one and this one, right? Actually, I don't know. Maybe you can. Like, there is some kind of difference, but yeah, it's the same technique. It's all about technique, and how much time you spend on doing this, it's up to you. But I can assure you that the more time you spend, the better your work is going to be. So yeah, now we're going to the first one, which is even harder probably. Yeah, I'm going to do it very quickly because, yeah. So we're going to use the stamp tool. Let's start with like 3. We're going to choose her. Now, what I want you to look at when you're doing open zippers is how they would fold depending on like the points of pressure, or like even if not even if there's no points of pressure. So for example, here she's holding hands in like this, so her hands would be the points of pressure, right? But when you don't have points of pressure, like for example when I did in this work, right? So let's, for example, this. What you need to know is how the suit would fold when it's free falling, I guess. It's truly like up to you, really. The point of photo manipulations is you have to fucking imitate reality, not be the exact like, you don't have to make everything look perfect. It's just how you would see it. Like, you need to know whether this what you, like the work that you're doing is either an imitation of reality or an exact copy of it, because there's a difference. And in my opinion, when you don't, if you want, you can obviously go for the exact copy of reality, but it takes too much time and knowledge to fucking do this and really care. So yeah, there you go. I'm doing just a simple imitation, probably because of how gravity works. It wouldn't fall like this, but But whatever, I don't care. Okay, so points of pressure. I'm going to just do it like okay. Actually, I'm fucking stupid, am I? Aren't I? First, layers, my dudes. Remember about layers because they are fucking important. Actually, it's not that bad. There you go. There you go. Okay, cool. Now, there we. Actually, no. I want it a little bit different. Fuck. Okay, whatever. I'm going to paint it. It isn't like too big of a difference, I guess. And now I'm going to also do it like this. So, when is it a big deal when when you're using mm, like okay? So what's the difference between using the brush tool and the stamp tool in situations like this? The difference is that um, the brush tool doesn't give you the texture. And when you're doing little folds like this, it doesn't really matter. But when they're thicker and it is easily visible, it actually makes a difference. So it's up to you to recognize the right situation. And I'm sure you're smart enough to do this. So yeah. Okay, we're going to do it very, very quickly. Yep. Now I'm going to use the first layer and I'm going to fucking copy and paste every fucking thing. The only problem is her hand, so obviously the right way to do this is to select her hands over here and paste it. Cool. Now we're going to fucking actually no, now we have to work around them. So let's clean them up a little, shall we? Let's do this and let's do this and let's delete it as quickly as we can. Yeah, because it doesn't really matter. Okay. Now layer 4. Mm-hmm. Yup, my dudes. There you go. That's a little bit cleaner. Cool. So now we can fucking paste it finally. Let's do this. Actually, let's use this tool because it will work nonetheless. And okay, it won't. So let's first do this. There you go. Cool. we can just do this, it doesn't really matter. And let's do very gentle points in here. Let's actually delete this part because it's fucking stupid. Very cool. Looks decent. Now we're going to use obviously the whatever this tool is actually called. I think it's like it was called healing tool, right? Yeah, it's healing tool. Okay, I was actually worried it isn't, but yeah, there you go. It is called as I expected. Cool. I'm going to fix that point really quickly if you don't mind. Cool. Now it looks slightly better. Very nice. I'm going to actually look how I've done this. Okay, I respect that. I actually included a little bit of folding in here from what I can see, but other than that it's pretty much the same. Now let's do like healing tool, I guess. A little bit of healing here and there. Yup. Okay, cool. Decent. Now I'm going to do the same in here, if you don't mind. Cool. In fact, we can use fucking this point. Okay. This is fucking weird in here, but okay, I guess. Let me just fucking... Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so this doesn't look that good, I guess, but it's something. We can obviously... What? I told you to copy this, yeah, there you go. You can obviously do it a little bit different. Just fucking tone it a little bit, because it's way too bright in this area. But yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. So now what I want to do is maybe make it a little bit thicker in here, because yeah, there you go, see? Because I will show you one little trick that you can do. So there you go. It's decent, I guess. Let's just do it like fucking this. Yeah, cool. Okay, so now I'm going to work a little bit in here, and listen my balls. One tip that I can give you is try to make your life easier. So for example, this is some kind of fabric, right? And she's obviously pulling it, right? So just use it. Just fucking use it. How, you may ask? We're obviously going to copy this and do like a little bit of work in here, if you don't mind, my dudes. deleted a little bit too much, that's okay. And the same. So there you go. See? See what I've done? It's exactly the same as here. Well, not exactly, but yeah. And I just used the way she folded the blouse, I guess, right? But there's something wrong, you might say. Like, it looks very weird, it looks very flat. Good point, my dudes. Obviously it's lacking shadows and highlights, so we're going to do just that. First of all, let's do the surroundings, okay? From what I can tell, I know that the light is coming from her, or rather from our right side. So, because her, like, she's pulling the the skin in here, and it's most likely a little bit closer to us than the blouse, I'm going to give the blouse shadows, okay? So I'm going to pick like this color and I'm going to paint it, maybe not like this, what the fuck. I'm going to paint it like this. Okay, so let's do this again. This is a cool color. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Yup. I'm going to do it like this. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Okay. So now, let's maybe do shadows in here. Okay. So let's pick this color. Maybe slightly. Okay, like this. Maybe is it? Okay. And we're going to paint in here. Since we already established that the light is coming from our right side, she's probably going to have some lights in here. Alright, my dudes. Alright. Obviously we can use some shadows in here, but much more subtle. Much more subtle, in fact. Okay, cool. The same goes for here. Let's do some more shadows in here. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Now, for the false itself, let's lock the opacity, and let's do the same. So this part is going to receive a little shadow treatment. As you can see, shadow treatment here and there. I'm going to actually use this shadow in here as well, if you don't mind. Cool. Now I'm going to use, sorry, excuse-moi. I'm going to, god damn it, I'm losing my fucking voice. Okay, that's fine. We're going to use, let's see, slightly smaller, and we're going to do highlights now. It is actually fucking, okay, let's do it even lighter. Okay, decent. The same goes in here. Cool. And there you go. It looks cool, I guess. Uh, yeah. So, why did I do this? I did this to make like the illusion that it isn't flat, okay? Obviously, you need to know where to add shadows, you need to know where to add fucking highlights, right? But it's somewhat respectable. It's a cool feature that you can use to make it look like it's, you know, like it's 3D, like it's fucking oval or whatever. I mean, you know, like a fucking, you know, like a sphere or whatever. I actually don't even know the geometrical figures in English, so go as I guess. Now I'm going to delete this because it looks fucking bad. And I'm going to also do some adjustments. Nice. Now I'm going to make it look sharper. So I'm going to use perfect opacity and I'm going to delete a little bit in here. If you don't mind. So that it looks sharper. Nice. Okay, guess this is somewhat alright. Obviously it's all trial and error. You need to fucking see some things and try them out by yourself, I guess. Now let me do fucking this. Okay, like this, and we're going to use this one as well over here. Cool. Yeah, this is basically what I've done. It's a slightly different result. I mean, like, it's all how you see things in a certain moment, I guess. So, and I'm speedrunning through it because it's 58 minutes, and if I weren't going for this, it would have been even fucking longer. And we haven't ended yet because we need to include our cool special ghosts, special hosts, special guests, which is the Patif. And because it's tedious, I'm just going to fucking show you like what I would do. So first of all, this is quite an easy example in what I've done here because, my dudes, because it doesn't have that many curves, okay? It's basically mostly very tense, very tensely pressured, okay? So it's almost a straight line, so I'd use like maybe like in one case, let's say like this part, because it looks straight. In second, obviously we have here and what else, and yeah, I also, as I did in this one, I included a little seam itself, as you can see, but there you can see there are different um, like different ways the skin folds. Okay, so here is a little bit more convex, so I would choose like this part or something like this part maybe, because it's a little bit more convex. Okay, if it was on the other side, so if the convex part was on this side, I'd use like this part. Okay, okay, and quite the opposite, there you have quite the opposite example, and the same goes for the opposite side and opposite example, right? um so yeah, I'm not actually going to fucking put them because it's super tedious and I don't like it that much. But yeah, what I do in here as well is probably in the first place I'd select. We can actually do this. Let me give you a good treatment. Actually, I'm fucking stupid. Okay, there you go. Now I'm going to copy and paste, and I'm going to change brightness, or you can really change whatever the fuck you want, right? You can change the brightness so the girl is, I guess, black or like Latina or whatever. See, there you go. And obviously there would be Zapatif. I'm just fucking too tired as well. I just don't wanna fucking prolong your time because my commentary already is fucking garbage. So yeah. But you can imagine that there are fucking Zapatif, I guess. It's not that hard. Mm, is there anything else I want to say? Just be creative with your zipper work, I guess. Well, like openings, because those things are very like conjointed, I guess. You can't have openings without zippers. Or maybe you can if you want, right? If you don't want to. I just consider zippers as very cool addition. Mm, that when you don't know what to do with a certain picture and you think it fits, just plop a fucking zipper onto it, and and this is a cool example, like cool addition, I guess. Like for example, you can see this in most of my works, like even the fucking most recent one. It obviously has a zipper. My second to last one, which is this, yeah. Obviously, it has a zipper. So, I think it's a cool addition, and you can like experiment. You can do a zip, like a um, open zipper. You can do the closed zipper. You can do the hidden zipper style. It's all up to you, and like what I think is I've shown you how I do it, and if you're smart enough, I think you understand how to make them. Even though this tutorial was like extremely fucking rushed, because I knew that it would take me a like listen, if I were to do it with no prep, just go on the flow and fucking do it all in one, it would take me over 2 hours. And I know for a fact no one is going to watch 2 hour long tutorial, so I skipped some parts, I rushed some parts, but I really hope you understand how to make them, even though I didn't really like explain too many things. Um, because I know I've just been doing it like consciously and doing what I think is right. I tried to like include everything that I know, every tip that I know, but I know for a fact I probably didn't do everything right. So if you have any questions, please go onto Discord, go onto DA. I don't really do anything on my fucking YouTube, so I won't respond there. But if you have any questions, go on my DA, go on my Discord, and just fucking PM me. Um, if you like didn't understand a certain concept, because I think that zippers is all about concept. You need to know when to use it, right? And the technique is basically the same in most cases. So I've done. So I've done. I'm like making the zippers. Like I'm plopping a zipper first, then I'm adding those little things that go over it, like this convex part of a hoodie, right? Then I'm making those little shadows in here, and I'm making shadows of the like skin inside, and I'm making the shadows of the zipper itself. And same goes for this. So I'm using the pressure points because I know she's stretching it probably, right? So I'm making an additional extended uh, parts of the open skin. Um, then I'm adding some shadows, I'm adding some highlights so it looks more like it's supposed to be there. And then I'm just fucking plopping in zipper teeth. What I can show you though, why it looks like this, and like this, is not because I made I like painted over them like in this case. It's because I put them one layer under, as you can see in here. You can see those little things, right? So this is layer 5 and this is layer 4, which is over it, right? So there you go. So this is why those teeth are so small, and I want them to be small. So so this is why I've done this. You can obviously make them like more visible if you want. You can even make them like completely different. You can make those fucking not without teeth, right? So like this is actually with teeth, but there are some zippers that you don't use teeth. They're just fucking like straight fucking plastic lines or whatever. So yeah, I think there is no need to actually prolong this. I tried to cover all of the examples and I think I've done them justice. The problem is that I didn't want to spend too much time on neither of them. So, like I said, if you have any motherfucking questions, just hook me up. I will be pleased uh, to actually answer them. Yeah. So this is basically it. And I one thing that I want you to like I want you to do one thing, okay? When you're giving me feedback, please tell me if you want to watch those long episodes, or I should maybe like, I don't know, split them into parts, or just do different things to make them more enjoyable to watch, because I'm doing those tutorials for you, okay? And if I'm doing a tutorial when I want to cover one topic, so for example zippers, like in this one, and it's a very complex topic, and I want the episode to be short enough for everybody to enjoy watching, uh, I can't really explain everything, and this is why they feel so rushed. This is why they feel so like the, this is why they feel like there's content missing. You know what I mean. So just fucking tell me if this is the right way to do it, or I should split them in parts, or do anything else. But yeah, this is the zipper concept, my boys. I'm fucking stuttering already. Okay, well, there's no need to make it any longer. In the next episode, we're going to talk a little bit about folds and bulges, I guess. So I'm thinking if I should split them into parts. Actually, okay. Well, this has been the episode of Zippers about zippers, and I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, if you have any questions, just go on to DA or go on to Discord and DM me. Thanks for watching if you got to the fucking end. Yeah.